Hey everyone, Jonathan here with another market update. Today we're looking at two developments that spice buyers should be paying close attention to. First, the global ginger market has been hit by a major supply disruption. A fungal disease has significantly reduced production in Nigeria, one of the key origins for organic ginger. As a result, many suppliers are scrambling for alternative sources. Second, we'll take a look at the latest El Niño forecasts and what they could mean for black pepper prices. The supply has already been tightening, as we've discussed before on the show, and additional pressure is coming. In the last several years, Nigeria has been an increasingly important supplier of organic ginger. The quality is great, prices are competitive, and there's more organic availability than in other regions. A lot of the ginger that you see marked product of India didn't actually start its journey there. A significant portion of that raw material is grown in Nigeria, shipped to India for processing and cleaning, and then re-exported under an Indian country of origin. That's how we've been sourcing our ginger at HQO, but unfortunately, that has to change. This season has been really challenging for ginger in Nigeria. There's been a fungal disease outbreak in southern Kaduna, which is the primary region for growing ginger. The disease, commonly referred to as ginger blight, affected thousands of hectares of farmland and destroyed a significant portion of the crop. Now, many growers simply don't have the volume that buyers had anticipated. These effects are rippling through the supply chain. What we're doing at HQO is we're actually pivoting to Peru. Peruvian ginger has long been respected in the organic market for its quality, consistency, and strong sustainability programs. And we're doing what we can to find suppliers as quickly as possible. Another plus is Peru is on the west coast of South America, so the transport time is only about 18 days to HQO. That being said, as we make this pivot, buyers should expect tighter inventories, longer lead times, and upward pressure on pricing. Don't assume ginger availability later in the year will look the same as it does today. If ginger is a critical ingredient in your products, this might be a good time to review your inventory positions, evaluate future needs, and talk with your suppliers about long-term coverage. It's the same story as always. A weather event, a disease outbreak, or a crop failure in one region shifts global demand to another region, and prices move much faster than buyers expect. The companies that stay informed and plan ahead always end up in a better position compared to the ones that wait for the shortages to become obvious. By then, it's too late. Let's move on to a huge weather event that you should definitely be planning for. If you've been following our market updates this year, you'll remember that pepper was already a crop that we were watching closely. In January, we talked about the factors pushing prices higher. Brazil had a disappointing harvest due to low rainfall, and so Vietnam and Indonesia were seeing strong demand from the global market. The prices went up, and Vietnamese held on to their product, expecting the prices to go up even higher. Unlike conventional pepper, organic pepper operates within a much smaller supply pool. It requires additional labor, traceability, and certification. That means when supply gets tight, there just isn't a lot of excess inventory to make up for it. So basically what you need to know is black pepper was already in trouble before this El Niño. Now, this forecast could change any day, but it's important to be prepared. Experts are giving a 63% chance that this will be a super El Niño, stretching all the way from the fall through the winter. It could even be one of the largest El Niño events going back to 1950. For the pepper market, this is especially relevant because production is highly concentrated in Southeast Asia, where the El Niño is expected to bring about a dry season. Black pepper is a vine that needs consistent moisture, particularly in two critical windows: flowering and fruit development. Think about what the vine is doing when it's producing peppercorns. It's flowering, then settling the fruit. Those little green berries that eventually become the black pepper you grind over your pasta. That process requires water, steady, reliable water. When drought stress hits during those crucial stages, a few things happen, none of which are good. First, the fruit set fails. The flowers drop before they develop. Second, the berries that do develop come in lighter and smaller. And in the pepper world, weight matters. You're selling by the metric ton. Lighter berries mean less yield by weight, which directly affects the economics for every farmer and exporter in the supply chain. Third, and this is the one you may not be thinking about, drought-stressed pepper loses piperin content. Piperin is the compound that gives black pepper its heat and its punch. So you're not just getting less pepper, you're getting weaker pepper. And on top of all of that, you have issues with the timing of the harvest. When a vine is stressed, it doesn't ripen evenly. You end up with some berries ready and others not. And farmers are forced to make the hard choice. Do they harvest early and sacrifice quality, or wait and risk losing more of the crop? Remember, markets dislike uncertainty. Whatever happens to the black pepper crop, the market will bounce back, but it's uncertainty that really is the problem. Buyers are worried about future availability, and it's piling on top of an already limited inventory. You don't need a crop failure to push prices higher. What buyers can do now is stay informed, watch the forecasts, and communicate with their suppliers, especially if pepper is critical to your business. Thanks for listening to our market updates for July 2026, and make sure to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time on the OG Spice Guy Show.